Hot tracks on the beat.
Meet up in New York City. I am Abby Harris, your host today.
What up, what up? Welcome to Beyond the Blockchain. I am your host, Abby Harris. Good morning. Welcome to Beyond the Blockchain podcast. I am your host, Abby Harris. Today is February 14th, and it is an amazing day because there are a lot of things that's happening today that we're going to definitely talk about. And it doesn't stop, but it does start with the shameless plug. This is Beyond the Blockchain podcast, where you can just Google and check out some of our past interviews and some of the magnificent information that is happening within our show. Make sure you tune in. I cover a lot of topics, a lot of different stuff that's going on. As we move on this February 14th, oh man, how could I not even start this day off with this one? How could I not start it off with this one? Nope. I'm going to start it off with this one. There you go. You already know what it is, 14th of February. Happy Valentine's Day as we move on and we talk about other things that's happening in the Web3 crypto space. We have finally made it to 51,000 and we're going. And I messed up. How did I mess up? Because I was supposed to put in a leverage trade in when I was at 42 and I never did it. Can I blame myself and be mad? Yes, I can. We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to just keep riding the wave and how everything is going green today. It's an amazing day. It's Wednesday. It is hump day. There you go. I have some ideas today that I want to definitely talk about. Some of this deep end stuff. I'm definitely going to do a little deep dive today and talk about it. I see that they delisted Monero on certain exchanges. I see my other two favorites riding. Everybody's riding today. Everybody's riding the wave and the momentum. Look at Algo. Everybody's riding the momentum. You're riding the momentum. If you're not riding the momentum, I don't know what you're doing here. And what does my favorite Twitter buddy says? The fastest way to increase your net worth to earn more, spend less, pay down debt, invest in productive assets like crypto, stock, and real estate. What are you doing with yours? Moving on. There's always gems and stuff that pop up, and you always got to take acknowledgement and note to what are these things that are popping up. And I mentioned it a couple of days ago, and then I'm going to mention it again today.
Watch out ERC 404, there's another hybrid NFT standard in town. Only a week after the launch of ERC 404, an unofficial Ethereum standard created to blend the functions of fungible and non-fungible tokens, NFTs, another team of developers claims to have done it better with DN 404. The divisible NFT standard, like its ERC 404 rival, aims to be a hybrid ERC 2721 token. The proposed standard essentially allows NFT holders to trade fractionalized portions of their NFT with others.
The fact that ERC 20 and 721 came together, right? And this is something that I wanted to talk about too, because the reason why this 404 is important, right? Because it has everything to do with fractionalization. And some of these big companies are already talking about tokenization. Okay. So in the space where we talking about ERC20s and ERC20 tokens, ERC20s and ERC 721s, that you able to fractionalize NFTs or fractionalize any type of digital asset. So whatever the digital asset is, you can actually make a payment plan or or sell in some sort of way. So this is why I believe that this is going to change the game, right? But once again, this is certain things that you have to look into and do your own research on. But when new protocols and new designs and new stuff comes out and be implemented, are you going to be the first to be on it, or are you going to be the last, right? We talk about things all the time, and we actually see nothing that actually stays the same. Things move in the progressive space. So as long as you're moving in that progressive state and you're able to grow, then yeah, this is something that you definitely want to like look into. And Pandora, once again, don't have a website. I don't know what I just did, but Pandora don't have a website. They actually you have to go into Uniswap to actually get it. So what are you doing February 23rd to March 3rd? There's a lot of events that is happening. East Denver 2024. Spoke well. Okay. So I have yet to make it to East Denver. But there'll be so many different amazing things that's happening. They have the maps. Shout out to some of my friends that are having events. They will be posted in the Telegram group. So if you're heading to East Denver and you're making plans to go out there to connect and meet with people and do your own thug dizzle within the space, make sure you tune into the Telegram group, because there will be some information. There will be party lists, because the party lists would be crazy. So see, I have this little issue that with my computer today, because I'm not hearing audio. I know him. That's funny. Yeah, it's gonna be lit, man. If you get a chance to go out and check it out, go have yourself a good old time. I know my man Player One Taco is gonna be out there. And you get a chance to go skiing. Damn, man. Then what is the ethos? Moving on. I always talk about robotics. Robotics is something that we have no choice but to accept. It is coming.
Sitting on top of this SpaceX rocket when it launched in January was the first surgical robot bound for outer space.
So Mira is a small surgical robot.
Mira, made by a company called Virtual Incision, arrived at the International Space Station in February, and on Saturday, it did something that's never been done before.
Saturday was the first time that a surgical robot in space was controlled by surgeons on Earth to perform simulated surgical activities.
Virtual Incision provided CNN with exclusive video as 6 surgeons at the company's headquarters in Lincoln, Nebraska, took turns operating the robot after it was powered up by NASA astronauts roughly 250 miles above.
The adrenaline was pumping, and I could feel my heart pounding. It was really exhilarating, but at the same time, once I saw that robotic device doing the things that I'm used to it doing, settled down.
Dr. Michael Jobst says he's already...
See, now he's remotely doing surgery from Earth in space with the robot. Like, this is similar to the conversation I was having yesterday, if you got a chance to tune in, to where they had one person operating 100 autonomous devices, robots, all types of robotics devices for all types of different jobs. This thing eventually is going to move into the space to where the robots is doing their own surgery and thinking for themselves. So in one breath, I embrace this, but then in the other breath, it's just like, okay, here we go with the robot takeover thing again. You know, here we go. Moving on to altcoins, BONK, PEPE, and Dogwifhat leading meme coin rally. You know, I don't really chase the meme coins. And guess who's unexpected boost from LA LeBron James. I don't really excuse me. I don't really chase meme coins. I do, sorry to say, have a few meme coins in my portfolio of some stuff that I picked up. There is something that I definitely want to talk about today. One of my good friends called me yesterday. We had a nice long conversation, and he was talking about the system, right? He was talking about the past. He was talking about where Bitcoin and all the coins went right before the halving, and how he's going to pull his profits prior to the halving because there's an expectation that Bitcoin will go down again before it goes up, because it has to be some type of correction going on. We had this long conversation for, I don't know, maybe about an hour yesterday that we was talking about this. So after me and him talked early in the day, I get another call from one of my other friends, and she tells me, oh, well, what do you think about this? If somebody referred to her a certain type of date that they're going to pull everything off, right? Wait for it to drop and then come back. And I'm saying to myself, because I know I had this conversation earlier in the day, and I'm like, you know what? There are ways that people speak to you. There are ways that you get signs. And then this is my second sign of this. But when I go, every day I go through the news, I see what's happening in the Web3 space. I don't see any predictions per se in this. So what I'm going to do after the show, I'm going to do my analytics on the past bull runs to see exactly what the market do and see if I can figure out how to trace to make sure that I take full advantage of this opportunity that is presenting itself. So that is my conversation. Like, I look at these meme coins, I know they do their thing, but for me personally, I only chase coins that have some type of real world impact. And that real world impact has everything to do with infrastructure or building or something along those lines. That's why I'm so bullish in the deep end sector. But we're gonna definitely get back into that. We're gonna move on. We still in our AI space because Apple is deciding to have a tool that animates images based off your descriptions. It seems like everybody is getting into the game. It's real cool. I actually got a chance to pull it up. It's called Keyframer. Keyframer is actually a gentleman who designs. His name is George. Chris. He actually designs film animation, and a lot of this stuff that Apple is using is coming from this concept. He is the main artist behind the concept of their AI. So this is just like any other AI project. Shout out to Pizza Dow. Any other AI project, like, it's good for if you're a creator and you want to do something creative with it and you need to build or something, then yeah, why not, right? You know, there's a lot of tools out here. If you get a chance to go into my Telegram group, I have AI tools. I will be updating them. I haven't updated the book section lately. I do have a list of books because some of our past guests has been talking about some of the books they're reading that are very important. That's why I definitely want to just put that in the list. So if there's something that you're interested in, Starknet Blockchain plans much awaited airdrops of Stark tokens. Now here's the thing. These tokens, right? You hear airdrop and then you try to run to the platform and get a part of it. Now, you have to be a part of the platform. You can't be a bandwagon jumper, right? Because they have certain ways and certain rules that you can claim tokens, and it just can't be, today I want to be a part of Starknet. No, you have to be a part of it before. 1.3 million wallets enabled to receive the airdrop that is happening from Starknet. How do you know if you qualify for Starknet? I got that. How do you know? Wait a minute. Why do you know? Wait. Airdrop token 1.3. Here's the rundown. How do you know if you qualify for Starknet? Let's see, because they do have a checklist on the qualifications of the airdrop. And I just want to make sure that it is here for you, just in case you're a part of this thing and trying to figure out. You know, it's so funny because I had this on my screen a few minutes ago. Well, this is what you do. You go into your Google and you say, if you're part of, you know what, common sense is, everybody has common sense, but some people don't use it. I wasn't using it just now because if you're eligible for the airdrop, then you will know that because you've been messing with this system already. Now, after the fact, if you want to get over there, then it is what it is. But I'm just, like I said, I'm just bringing you daily news of things that's happening within this space. Starknet is dropping their air. Yeah. I don't know how many times I didn't pull this up. Let's move on. New Explorers. Pandora, an Ethereum-based token NFT hybrid, is recovering while a new token standard emerges. So this going back to our 404. This is going back to the 404. Now, the new name is called DN44. It's merging as potential rival to Pandora. Wait a minute. Let's see what DN is. The rival. Let's see what the rival is. Because like I said, jewels happen every day. You just have to just pay attention to what it is. Okay, let's see. Some of my news sources you already see. I definitely go to CoinDesk a lot. All right, so new token type claims to solve some drawbacks from the ER404, an experiment standard that launched last week, such as popularity that has already driven up congestion on the Ethereum blockchain. All right. Developers of DNF say they have created a new structure that uses two contracts to achieve similar objectives of 404 minus the issues. Now that was the thing. The 404 did have certain type of issues that wasn't cleared out. So if somebody went and got the code and fixed some of the little faults or the gaps in the code, then that's an amazing thing. You know what we're gonna do? We're going to let our friends talk for us, right? Why not? If you don't have the tools, why not use them?
A group of Ethereum application developers on Monday started a new token contract to solve the apparent drawbacks linked to the experimental standard known as STRK 404s, which has exploded in popularity, adding to network congestion and driving up fee rates. DN 404, short for Divisible NFT 404, is a token implementation based itself on existing token standards STRK 20 and STRK 721 and claims to offer full compliance with these frameworks. On Ethereum, STRK 20 is the agreed-upon framework for token issuance, while STRK 721 is for non-fungible tokens, NFTs.
Let's do this. You know something? I like this right here. I like the fact that it is divisible NFT. I, you know, all programs or protocols always have some type of issues. All coding is not perfect. But a lot of times they get it and they get it right, right? Oh, they said they made it because gas fees changed the world for us. They did. It says particularly, let me see. Let's see what, let's see.
Developers of DN404 say they made this framework after ERC-404 caused gas fees to spike due to how the latter operated. Because of the ERC-404's transactional fees shot up to as much as $840 for a transaction on a certain project, they flagged, which would have normally cost $50.
That is crazy. $840? Yeah, if I was a developer too, I would have went and got that code and figured out how I can change these gas fee prices because this is ridiculous. As of Tuesday, tracker shows that average gas for a swap transaction is at $20 compared to $5 at the start of the month. Some like DN404 developers Pop Punk on Chain has attributed this spike to the growth of the RC44 contract. Gas fee refers to the fees that Ethereum uses. Oh, we know what gas fees is. Spiking gas fee over the weekend as much as 360 when a unit sparks concern amongst market observers about their long-term utility and causes a sharp sell-off among popular projects. I hope you enjoyed me going down this rabbit hole of talking about 404. Now, some people have been asking what it is. So, down the rabbit hole we go.
ERC-404 has also caused criticism among Ethereum developers for attaching ERC to its name. However, in messages to CoinDesk, the team explained that the naming helped it gain popularity and gained a following around what it intended to do. ERC-404 allows multiple wallets to directly own a single NFT, and, in the future, create a use case where that specific exposure can be tokenized and used to take out loans or stake holdings.
That's a good thing that they can create liquid markets for the projects, for tokenized projects related to NFT collections, especially if this thing falls into real estate or whatever tools that you want to use. But 404 achieves the same objective using two contracts that tracks the handle user's balance and the NFT is different. That is good because it has to be separated into two different parts because there are two different transactions that's happening. And that's kind of what the problem of ERC20s was. It's just a direct. All of the little in-between transactions, that wasn't happening. As of Tuesday, neither 404 nor DN404 nor ERC404 were officially recognized by the non-profit Ethereum Foundation, but they still can be used freely within the network. Moving on. DPIN projects. The reason why I was talking about ERC404 and DN404 because is when opportunity presents itself within the space, you want to be ahead, right? You don't want to be trying to catch the second leg or the third leg of the momentum before it gets blown out because we see a lot of tech projects get blown out early. Like they even get killed before they started. They have good ideas, good concepts, but then when people were able to get in there and figure out however they can loot the system or soak up all the liquidity, then absolutely those projects fail. So I've been talking about decentralized physical infrastructure networks for a couple of days. If you haven't got a chance to tune in, which is IOTA, right? Internet of Things. my same friend that we was talking about him getting out, he was also talking about ICP, which is Internet Computer. And we talk about the things that happened prior to when it first started to where it crashed and all of the issues that it had to prior to where it's now, and it's building itself up. Also, when I talked to Josh Lang, we was also talking about it as well. And Josh Lang is international, right? He's in Dubai, he's in Europe, he's in Saudi Arabia, he's in all the international places when it comes to Web3 and crypto. So for me, I like to chase some other stuff. So I started taking my deep dive into DeepIn projects. And we all know that Solana is one of the most progressive chains out there. And they're building a lot of stuff and cell phones and so on and so forth. So we know that, we don't know, speculatory, that Solana is going to be here, right? But within that, there are other protocols within this DeepIn project. So what I just started doing is I just started just pulling up all of the projects that is dealing with DeepIn. And you'd be surprised. I started going through them one by one to see what other projects is similar to Helium. What other projects are similar to data service, data mining. I looked at this demo. Like, I'm not a fan of plugging things in the car. There are people who definitely plug things in their car to gain their crypto or for data exchange, whatever. I just have certain issues because all you need is some type of short or something along those lines in the car. So I'm not really big on that. But they do have a lot of programs and protocols that are fit in this space, that you can receive crypto by mining or rewards or airdrops, and just see what works for you. A lot of this stuff is sensor and server situations. There's a few wireless situations, where you're collecting data. But once again, this whole sector right here is very, very big. But once again, do your own research, see what works for you, see what makes sense, see if there's something that piques your interest that you're willing to do whatever with. Because, like I said, there's opportunity. It's not really all about just buying coins and buying tickers, as I was told yesterday. It's more about, if you believe in something, believe in a project, you believe in building, then that's what you do. You take yourself into that space. DeepIn Scan is a site that I also use, and these are some of the thriving DeepIn projects. But once again, I'm gonna say it, and I don't know how many times I say it. I have a Telegram group called Web3 Network. Okay, in that Telegram group, I have a lot of resources in there. You can meet a lot of people in there but you have to meet people at your own risk, right? Because we have good actors, we have bad actors, right? When you're working, just like what Val said in his interview on Monday that just passed, when you're working with developers, you need to vet these people. You need 2 or 3 verifications, just like how they validate the Bitcoin. You have to have a certain amount of validations to confirm that this Bitcoin is yours, right? From one wallet to the next. This is how you have to do it with people, with projects, with developers, because we're in a world where scams, people being naive, is leading into a place, and greed is leading into a place where people are being taken advantage of. So I just like to have clear understanding of the playing field for everyone. Do your due diligence on who you decide to work with, what teams you decide to join, what companies or what protocols you decide to get in, where you decide to invest your money. This is the most important thing. Investment and understanding what you do before you get in it is the key to my success. That's what I believe, because I don't want to put my beliefs and thoughts on you. So on that note, I hope you got a chance to check out some of this stuff. Like I said, my channel is only here to set it up for you to do your own research, for you to see. It's just stuff I talk about. There's certain things, certain topics I personally like. If there's something specific that you want to see or want me to talk about, then yes, reach out, send me a message. But other than that, if you get a chance, go on to Beyond the Blockchain podcast and check out some of these great interviews that I've had over the past couple of months that I actually started my podcast. We're in the beginning stages. We are here. This is Beyond the Blockchain podcast. I am your host, Abby Abstract Harris, and I do this each and every day at 10 a.m. But on Mondays, I have special guests Monday, special highlights. This week, we will be having Josh Lang in the building. He will be our guest for this Monday Beyond the Blockchain podcast. There we go. I don't know why my messages is coming up. I don't want you guys to see my messages. Well, we're going to move on. But that is Josh. He will be our guest on Crypto Monday. Why do I keep saying this, Josh? Josh, I refer to you as Mr. Crypto Mondays. I don't know, but you Mr. International. This is Beyond the Blockchain podcast. Make sure you tune in each and every day, 10 a.m. You can catch us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn, so on and so forth. You can find us everywhere. Peace.
Abstracts on the beat.
Up in New York City, I am Abby Harris, your host today.
What up? Welcome to Beyond the Blockchain. I am your host, Abby Harris.